Good afternoon. Welcome to Global News at noon on Memories 96.5 FM. The highlights. Akwa Ibom government begins construction of lodge for council chairman. Federal government adds 625 megawatts to national grid. Securities and Exchange Commission boss to meet foreign local crypto exchanges others Monday. And on the foreign scene, United States blames Rwanda and rebels for deadly camp strike in Democratic Republic of Congo. In sports, Luton stay in bottom three after Everton draw. Details of these and other stories coming up in a moment. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at this hour. My name is Nyakno Albert. And now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu is set to commission 3 critical gas infrastructure projects undertaken by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and its partners. They are the AHL Gas Processing Plant 2 in Delta State, the ANOH Gas Processing Plant, and the ANOH OB3 CTMS Gas Pipeline Project in Imo State, with an estimated output of 1,400,000 standard cubic feet per day. This was made known through an official statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, titled President Tinubu to Commission Critical Gas Infrastructure Project. The project has supportive economic measures on the federal government's effort to grow value on the nation's gas assets while eliminating gas flaring for the purposes of deepening domestic gas supply. And back home in Akwa Ibom State, the state governor, Pastor Moino, has set machinery in motion towards ensuring that chairmen of the 31 local government councils reside in their domain to drive the rural development component of the Arise agenda, with the laying of foundation for the construction of a lodge for the council chairman. Laying the foundation to kickstart the construction of the official residence for Eket Council Chairman, and by extension, 31 council chairman at Liverpool Road, Eket local government area. The governor reasoned that the gesture is to fast-track development in rural areas and keep the chairman close to the people they govern. Our Government House correspondent Bonisha Harrison reports that the governor gave a duration of 6 months from June to December this year for the completion of the project, adding that the yet-to-be elected 31 local government chairmen will be the first occupants of the lodge. Governor Eno assured that the project will be undertaken by indigenous contractors to open up employment opportunities to other Akwa Ibom citizens and harped on timely completion within the 6 months duration. The federal government yesterday announced the addition of 625 megawatts of power to the national grid, increasing the grid's wheeling capacity to 4,800 megawatts. Special Advisor Strategic Communications to the Minister of Power, Bolaji Tunji, through an official statement issued in Abuja, explained that the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, during the inauguration of the 63 megavolt ampere 132-33 kilovolt mobile station in Ajah, Lagos, and at the inauguration of 60 megawatts per ampere 132-33 kilovolts power transformer in Benin Kebbi State, said it is part of the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu towards transforming the power sector. While speaking on the significance of the project and other equipment undergoing installation under the Presidential Power Initiative (PPI), Adelabo said that the mobile substation inaugurated was a strategic deployment aimed at improving the transmission capacity constraints by over 1,300 megavolts across the nation. Tunji, however, added that the federal government of Nigeria Power was established by the presidency as a special purpose vehicle tasked with implementing the Presidential Power Initiative, with Siemens serving as the technical partner. Away from that, the recently appointed Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Emomotimi Agama, is set to meet with the local and international crypto exchanges on Monday to discuss and seek consensus on the status of crypto in the country. The meeting, convened by the Blockchain Industry Coordinating Committee of Nigeria, would address relevant issues and chart a progressive course for crypto regulations. Recall that Nigeria has taken steps contradicting its December 2023 decision to lift the crypto ban and has since launched probes into the use of cryptocurrency in the country. In February, the Central Bank of Nigeria used the country's telecommunication providers to prevent local crypto users from accessing the websites of various crypto exchanges such as Binance, OctaFX, and others. Nigeria's SEC also proposed an amendment to the rules guiding platforms offering crypto services, suggesting a hike in the registration fee for crypto exchanges from 30 million naira, that is $18,620, to 150 million naira, $93,000. In other news, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) has unbundled the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) by establishing the Nigerian Independent System Operator of Nigeria Limited (NISO). NERC mentioned this through an issued order dated April 30, 2023 and signed by NERC Chairman Sanusi Garba and Vice Chairman Musiliu Oseni. NERC also ordered the Bureau of Public Enterprises (BPE) to within 30 days register the Independent System Operator as a distinct entity from the Transmission Company of Nigeria with the Corporate Affairs Commission. The Nigerian Independent System Operator Limited will be responsible for managing the national grid and other system operations related to market contracts and transactions. TCN, as a successor company of the defunct Power Holding Company of Nigeria (PHCN), was issued with 2 licenses by NERC as a transmission service provider, an independent system operator, and the order formally unbundles the TCN into Transmission Service Provider (TSP) and Independent System Operator as prescribed in the Electricity Act 2023. You're listening to Global News at noon on Memories 96.5 FM. We'll bring you more reports after the break. Do stay with us. News on Memories 96.5 FM. And now to the rest of the news. On the foreign scene, the United States has blamed the Rwandan army and M23 rebel group for the deadly bombing of a displacement camp in the Democratic Republic of Congo. At least 9 people, including 7 children, were killed in a strike on the Mugunga camp in the eastern city of Goma yesterday, with the Congolese army and M23 blaming each. Rwanda, which borders DR Congo, is widely accused of backing the rebel group, which it denies, and the US State Department said yesterday's attack came from positions held by the Rwandan Defense Force (RDF) and the M23 group. A spokesperson said the US was gravely concerned about the recent RDF and M23 expansion in eastern DR Congo and called on both parties to respect human rights and adhere to applicable obligations under international humanitarian law. And still on the foreign scene, Mexican authorities have located 3 bodies in the state of Baja California, where 1 American and 2 Australian tourists were reported missing, according to a statement made available by the local prosecutor's office yesterday. The Baja California State Prosecutor's Office previously announced that Australian brothers Callum, 33, and Jake Robinson, 30, and American Carter Road, 30, were last seen on April 27, while referring to the missing American as Jack Carter Road, adding that forensic tests on the remains will be conducted by a state laboratory, which will allow for positive identification of the bodies. The three men were on vacation surfing near the popular tourist town of Ensenada, about 90 minutes south of the US-Mexico border, with investigators continuing to search the rugged area where the bodies were found for additional evidence. On Thursday, State Prosecutor Socorro Ibarra said that 3 people were being investigated in connection with the case, noting yesterday that arrest warrants have been obtained for the crime of forced disappearance. And talking sports now, Luton Town missed the chance to move out of the Premier League relegation places as they were held to a draw against Everton at Kenilworth Road yesterday. Everton, saved from the drop before kickoff, went ahead after 24 minutes through a penalty coolly converted by Dominic Calvert-Lewin after Luton defender Teden Mengi was penalised for hauling down Gerard Branthwaite following an intervention from the video assistant referee. Elijah Adebayo showed exactly what Luton had been missing as the striker marked his first start since early February, with the equaliser 7 minutes later, proving too strong for Ashley Young before shooting low past Jordan Pickford. Both sides had opportunities after the break, with Luton keeper Thomas Kaminski saving well from Jack Harrison's deflected shot and Calvert-Lewin's header, but the stalemate was not broken. The draw leaves Rob Edwards' side in the bottom 3 level on points with Nottingham Forest, but having played a game more. And that's it on Global News on Memories 96.5 FM. But before we go, let's take a recap of the top stories. In the news, you hear that Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has set machinery in motion towards ensuring that chairmen of the 31 local government councils reside in their domain to drive the rural development components of the Arise agenda, with the laying of foundation for the construction of a lodge for the council chairman. We also reported that the federal government yesterday announced the addition of 625 megawatts of power to the national grid, increasing the grid's wheeling capacity to 4,800 megawatts. The recently appointed Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Emomo Timi Agama, is set to meet with the local and international crypto exchanges on Monday to discuss and seek consensus on the status of crypto in the country. And outside Nigeria, the United States has blamed the Rwandan army and M23 rebel group for the deadly bombing of a displacement camp in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And in sports, Luton Town missed the chance to go out of the Premier League relegation places as they were held to a draw against Everton at Kenilworth Road yesterday. That's the size of our news package this afternoon, as edited by Mary Akban and assisted by the production team. For views and comments regarding our news or coverage of your newsworthy events, you can reach us on email at newsroom@memoriesmediang.com. You can call our newsroom hotline on 0909 000 0581. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Memories965FM. And now let's take you down memory lane. On this day in 1973, the longest baseball game was played in Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Nyakno Albert. Good afternoon.